Today's live is all about a new system I call the hybrid. It's basically focused on hypertrophy as well as fat loss. It makes use of a very dense circuit of 6 exercises targeting lower and upper body muscles or body parts for about 35 minutes, and then we will ending up with some conditioning work, really athletic power development. Why we do this? Because there are some recent research which have shown if we combine resistance training for at least half an hour followed by cardio or heat or kind of power development, more targeting VO2 max and stamina, we will see way better results in terms of fat loss. So we have quite a bit of clients who will be interested for primarily fat loss at the beginning, but then along the road of the transformation, they might be getting bored from always a dense workout of fat loss, which is kind of very structured, very organized, but then on the other hand as well could be boring long term. Okay, so we want to bring in some interesting tweaks from the hypertrophy world. Hypertrophy means muscle building, but using the same dense setup to basically have a nice hybrid between fat loss and hypertrophy. Okay, so the first circuit is again 6 exercises. The first 3 exercises are targeting legs. Okay, the last 3 are targeting upper body, and today I will be doing legs and back. Okay, so for the legs we will be doing squats on a pendulum squat machine, and then we will go for more of a power movement, which is the flywheel squat. Okay, and then finish off with leg extensions as a rotational movement. Both first exercises are directional. We can go slightly heavier, and then the circular or the rotational movement, we can go more for hypertrophy stimulus. Okay, and right after we will go then for the lat pull down, the machine row, and then straight arm pull down as a rotational. You see, there is a system. These are 6 exercises: directional, directional, rotational, directional, directional, rotational. And then we will be going for usually 5 circuits. Let's see how much we can get today in. All right, let's get started with the pendulum squat. I'll just go empty at the beginning. All right, that's the first warm-up set. Then I will go for flywheel squats. Not sure if you have done flywheels before. The resistance is basically created by a disc which is rotating, so it has an inertia, and it's also called isokinetic exercise or workout. Isokinetic means the power you put to power you get back as well. So whatever you put in the concentric phase, you get as well in terms of speed on the eccentric. So adjust the length first of the belt. Right. Okay. So for today, I will be going for split squat. Alright, 1 for 10. Still light. Okay. I may have to increase a little bit the weight to have a little bit more inertia, so I will change the disc for the next set. All right. After this, we'll be going for leg extensions. Here also I will start rather light as a warm-up circuit. And 12. All right. These are the first 3 exercises. Again, squat, split squats, and leg extension. Now I'm going for the pulling exercises. I think today I will be going for a lat pull down, rowing machine, and then straight arm pull downs. Let's get started. Also warm up set. Alright, so we'll be loading a little bit. Again, it's still a warm-up set. Okay, good. Going for 12 as well. Make sure to take enough time for the eccentric. So I think the majority of people in gyms, they do that mistake where they just go too fast up. Okay, 1 second down here, homogeneous speed up. Okay. That's my first back exercise. Now I'm going for the machine row. Also directional movement. Okay, starting with relatively easy weight. I would say it's about maybe 50-60% from my max. So taking enough time for the eccentric. Always full range. All right. Okay, 30 seconds to change for the straight arm pull down. We'll go for cable. All right, let's go for it. A lot of people use a rope or straight bar. I like to go for this one. These are from Prime. Why? Because you have a bit of
space to go for a longer range. Also here not too high in weight. So I like to go for this version where here I stretch my lat, come up, squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 2. More. Yeah, I feel the weight is actually very good. I feel the burn already. So for hypertrophy, it's not really about the weight. It's more about the burning sensation. That's the stimulus you want for hypertrophy. If you go too heavy and you don't feel really the muscle, yeah, so you are compensating probably with the other muscles too, okay? About 20 seconds, so the break is about 30 seconds, homogeneous throughout the 6 exercises. So maybe for me about 15 seconds and I go again for the pendulum squat. So we'll add a little bit of weight, but not too much. And go for 10 reps. Okay. All right. 10 reps done. So about 30 seconds and go for power. Power will really steal a lot of energy. So therefore make sure your heartbeats when you go in are not too high. I will have to change the disc slightly higher. Okay, and just add to it the XS to this. All right. I will go now for efficient 8 reps. Change. All right. Okay, about 25 seconds break, and I'll finish off with the leg extensions. Now I'm playing a little bit around with the reps. So I do 10 here. Here I will be doing 14 my tower. About 10 seconds to go. Wait, I will leave it by itself. Let's see. More next one. All right. Now for 14. It's actually too light. Slightly heavier. 1 up, 3 seconds down. Two more. Okay, that was a good set. All right. All right, so going for back again, lat pull down. I will go probably higher with weights, machine row again, and then straight arm pull down. Okay. By the way, guys, I will not be able to maybe read now your questions, but if you have any questions, please shoot them on the comments. We will get back to you. And 10. All right. Next exercise, machine row. We'll add a little bit more weight. And go for 12. Even with fatigue, try to get your 3 seconds eccentric. Again, 30 seconds, and then we go for straight arm pull down. So you see now the workout, while we are increasing the weights, it becomes more demanding. And that's the effect we want. Accumulation of lactic acid translates to growth hormone, translates to better fat loss and better hypertrophy response. About 10 seconds to go. I think the weight was plenty. I felt especially the upper lats here on the last set burning. That's what I want. Okay, nasal breathing, very important. So people, when we work out, we're out of breath, so start breathing like I do right now. Not good for performance. We should be targeting to breathe through the nose, in and out. As soon as you can catch the breath, go for in and out through the nose. I will explain later why. If you remember, here we are going for 14 reps. Two more. Okay. Really fun. Feel a burn here on upper lats. Okay. Again, why nasal breathing? When we breathe through the mouth out, we lose too fast CO2 from the lungs, which will lead to the fact that the red blood cell, which are carrying CO2 and O2, they will also lose too aggressively CO2. and then they would not like to give up their O2. So the tissues, the muscles, moving tissues in the body which are starving for oxygen, they will end up having less oxygen. So try to catch up the breath, especially what I call in my book Stress Less, Sleep Better, the power breathing. So fast breathing in and very slow as much as you can out through the nose. Okay, we'll bring the heartbeats very, very fast down, and will make you ready faster for the next round. So we did now the second round, if you count as a warm-up as the first one. We have 2 rounds to go. And the last round we have a special technique called rest pose, where we will be doing 12 reps, rest a little bit, 6, rest 10 seconds, and again half of that, which will be 3 reps. Okay, I think I'm ready for the squat again. Okay, we go slightly heavier, and now we're going for 6 reps. Okay, if you noticed, my eccentric or the negative phase or the lowering phase right now was a little bit longer because I went for lower reps. The lower reps we go for, they're slightly longer, the eccentric should be. So in total, we have slightly longer time under tension. Okay, I will try to catch my breath, and then we'll go for power again with the flywheel. Could be, I'm not sure. Okay, we see we have 30 people watching already. I'm really grateful. You cannot imagine for you to take the time to watch us training. That's amazing. Thank you so much for following us. So we are all about giving value to the people. What we are doing here is passion. We don't work for money. Of course, we have to work for money, but we work for passion. We work in order to have the happiest clients, happiest results, and so on and so forth. So thank you so much for taking the time to following us. And again, if you have any questions, please, I will definitely take the time to answer personally every question, okay? So going for power now. Setting up a little bit. So as soon as I feel my power is good enough, so I start counting. Okay? Now. Okay. Again, here isokinetic training for the people who just joined us later on. What it means is the power you put, the power you get. Now I can go very slowly and see not much of tension, but we don't want to waste time. We don't want to waste sets or reps. So as soon as I feel I have the movement, I have the range, so I go for maximal power. Done. And isokinetic movement again means when I pull now, I use just the brake to explain more. When I pull, I get the same force. I pull, let's say, with 10 Newton, whatever, you will get 9.4 Newton back, okay? So it's a very similar strength we get back again. So you can adjust your strength and power depending on how you feel, okay? Ideally, of course, maximal. for athletic development, okay? So about 20 seconds, then I will again go for the leg extension. So here on a squat, we did 6 reps. Here we'll always, on a flywheel, stay with 8 reps. Here now for the rotational movement, that's where you go for a little bit of more time and attention, more squeeze, more hypertrophy response. So going for 16 reps. Okay, sure. Yes. Okay. So usually when we do strength exercises, usually 90%, 95%, I'm not sure, to a high extent we try for, especially for beginners, to really go through the whole range of motion. Why? Because we want to strengthen the muscle throughout the whole range of motion, also create mobility at the end of the range of motion of the joints. Okay? So for certain goals, for example, if you are going for maximizing a certain area of the bench press, let's say I always fail here. So I would restrict that range and go for more reps there, isometric hold, whatever techniques you name, in order to strengthen myself in this range. So here for power development, power means transfer, or the need to transfer the gained strength on a pendulum to power later on the field. Okay, so we get strong, then we get powerful. And usually an athlete, when an athlete jumps, he doesn't jump from here. Okay, an athlete, whatever, squash, it's basically always a shorter range of motion. That's what we try to mimic, to gain the power in that specific range of motion. Okay, if it doesn't answer your question, please ask it differently again. Okay, time to go for the leg extensions. Here we said we go for 16. Thank you. Again here the squeeze. You don't want to just get the job done, no. Want to squeeze. Lost count, let's say 10. That was a good set, good pain. All right, so done with legs. We'll go again for lat pull down, machine row, and then straight arm pull down. So to mimic the same rep scheme on the pendulum squat, we are going here also for 6 reps, which means I can go high, definitely. All right, 5 seconds to go. That was a good set. Knowing that I have an injured shoulder, it's a really good set. Okay, so 30 seconds roughly, and then going again for the machine row. For second directional movement, I will stay on 12. So the first directional movement, the pendulum squat, as well as the lat pull down, we are going, staggering the reps down, 12, 10, 8, 6. The next one we'll be doing 4, add more weight. On the second directional, we had the flywheel, we had the machine row. We'll stay on the same rep range. And the rotational movement, which is the leg extensions and then straight arm pull down, we'll go higher in reps. Okay, and again, in the next round, we'll be doing the rest poses for more time and attention. Awesome, thank you very much. Going for 12, we'll stay on the same weight. Maybe small tip. These are 2 exercises in one. So when I pull, I don't start pulling by breaking here on the elbows. I start pulling the shoulder blades down, back, sorry. This strengthens the rhomboid, which is one of the major stabilizers of the shoulder blade, and will improve your bench press. Okay, here, and then I row here, open, close the shoulder blade, row, come back, open the shoulder blade, close the shoulder blade, row. I cannot talk under the load, sorry, but you can see. Probably too heavy a little bit. No excuse to rush through the eccentric. Done. So the must I suffered from the forearms. Okay, so straight out, we're done. So how do I know now the weight for this one? I feel I should minimally go down. Why? Because the squeeze, the pain was really epic. Now I'm getting fatigues with time, and I'm doing 2 more reps, so 16. Probably it would not be wrong to reduce a little bit, or maybe to start with that weight until I see my technique is kind of giving up. And then of course no shitty technique, we'll reduce a little bit and finish clean. All right, I will start for you guys the same weight, and let's see how it goes, if I can make it. Always quality reps again, no jacking. Okay, so we said if the rep range is lower, let's say 6 reps, we go for slightly long eccentric. Same is true here with the reverse. So since we are going for 16 reps, I should not be doing 4 seconds. I would be way too much. So here 1, 2, okay? 10, 1, 2, 11, 1, 2. One more. Oh, yeah, pain is epic. Weight was okay. Good that I have not dropped. Okay, 30 seconds, and then we go for the last, more interesting rounds.
Rose Paris, thank you. So great.
Awesome. Thank you. Right. I'm not really very strong squatter, especially have an inflammation also in the knee. You know, with age, 52, things start to kind of getting notification a little bit more often. So probably I ate some gluten. I'm not really gluten tolerant. Eat something very small a few days ago. And since about 3 days, I have kind of inflamed left knee. Right now, the range of motion is okay. So some people sometimes ask, with pain, should I train, should not train? It really depends. If it is muscular pain of a tear, definitely not. If it is a tendon, I would say also not. Joint, depending on how you feel. Okay, so for example, 2 days ago, I did the band squat. Did a powerlifting version where we'd go here this way. I went heavy. And since I was not going all the way down, it was actually fine with the knee, okay? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, it really depends on the injury. Going just for 5 kg more, and going for all 4 reps. Now again, here, time and attention, let's go for 5 second eccentric. Control it again, weight or intensity is not an excuse to jag the reps. good weight. I could have done maybe slightly more, but with a knee, it's absolutely fine. So again, you have to listen to your body. Right. So again, for power, the best. Nice, 17, good. Would be awesome, guys, if you can give us some feedback before you leave. What you liked, what you didn't like much, so we will definitely get better. We learn very fast, like ChatGPT, maybe better. Okay, again, I just set up, solid stance, feel the motion. Am I ready? Yes. Okay, go for it. Okay. Same thing. Okay. Okay, now a good break since we are going for rest pose. Again, rest pose is we do the whole rep. Now we have 18 reps. Then we pause for 10 seconds, go for half that, 9. Pause for 10 seconds, and go for half that, 4, 5, okay? Weight-wise, usually I should go slightly lighter, but since I'm not really working with efficient weights to the knee, I think I will just leave it. The best is to deload, don't stay under tension for 10 seconds. So I'm doing 2 seconds eccentric since I'm doing 18 reps. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go for 9. Nice pain. That's what we want. The pain is not in the knee, you're not in the joint, it's in the muscle belly. And that's all good. That's what we want. 3, 2, 1. Since I'm going for 5, now I take slightly longer time and attention. I'm done. I cannot finish 1 rep, and that's what I want. Okay? Here maybe the principle of Dorian Reed's last rep, killer. Okay? So 30-second break, and then going again for directional, rotational. Lat pull down, 4 reps. Machine row, stay on 12. And then straight arm pull down, rest pose, 18, 9, and 5. And then we are done basically with the hypertrophy circuit. Weight-wise, again, trying to listen to my body. 80 kg, not huge. Shoulder, last set, 4 reps. It tells me I could go maybe 5 kg more. After the rest pose, heartbeats will really take slightly longer to go down. So hence, it's not a deal breaker to take maybe 60 seconds or a little bit longer than 30 until you get the heartbeats down. The heartbeats, your breathing rhythm should not negatively impact your performance or the technique or the eccentric timing. Okay? No jerking. Maybe 5 seconds more for me. Okay. Last one, best one. Was a good set, definitely. On set two, rep two, rep one, rep two, rep three, I felt like I could do a little bit more weight, but again, shoulder. Last rep was definitely good enough. If I would have attempted the fifth one, I would not be able to finish full range. So it's a very good set. Let's go for last machine row. Right, about 20 seconds just to get a clean set. Remember that my last set was a little bit challenging, so hence it's not bad to take enough rest. And again, with the sessions, of course, you will try to work on your aerobic capacity, on your capacity to deal with lactic acid, with pain, muscular pain, of course. You'll get better, okay? 10 seconds. Two more. Perfect set. I'm failing on the last one. I could not have attempted the 13th. We'll take a slightly longer break. I know how painful that last exercise on upper lats. We're going for 18, 10 seconds, 9, 10 seconds, and something between 4 to 5 to 6, depending on how I feel. Yeah. Those are the elements, again, rest pose, to extend time and attention and try to have a better hypertrophy response. And since we are keeping the workout very dense, upper lower mix, on a lower the heartbeats will be surely way higher. On the upper the heartbeats will be slightly milder. So the mix between the two mimics also a typical German body comp training or system from Charles Poliquin, our late mentor, for optimal fat loss. He was able to produce athletes results 1% body fat up to 1.5, sometimes even 2% body fat per week. That's really athletic performance. All right, I'm ready for the last rotational straight arm pull down. I'm going for 18, hence 2 seconds up for the eccentric. But I don't miss my squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 12. 2 more. Pain Nice. Okay. Was able to produce the same pain, same level of pain on especially the upper, and I guess it's because of the nice stretch here to really elongate the muscle, and then a nice squeeze with this implement. It allows me to go further. If you have a barbell, something like this, basically go stop here. No, that I'm going here. I have way more weight, about 10% more range of motion. Okay, spoken too much. Let's go for 9. Here, 3 seconds eccentric, since we are going for 9. Okay, last 2 were not really correct technique, but I was still able to maintain proper trajectory and put the tension. I feel now more the triceps firing, clear. It's also main mover here. 4, 3, 2, 1. And go for last one. Again, here also longer time and the tension. Get enough time for the muscle to feel the tension. We'll attempt one more, but you see, I'm not able to finish, hence better stop, don't risk injury. All right, now I have 2 minutes break. The hypertrophy circuits are done. Today is our first session. If you would want to do it again, do 3 rounds of this, or 4, not 5. Next session, I will be personally going for 5 rounds. So we have 1 more round usually. And then 2 minutes break, get the heartbeats down, hydrate. Usually I hydrate a lot, but since you are alive, I didn't want to waste more of your time. But usually you hydrate electrolyte and amino acids during the workout to fuel your movement and motion. So now, the last block is the athletic block, the power block, a little bit more power. Okay, so here we will try to choose exercises using similar movement patterns or the same main movers. So we did for the first 3 exercises, the legs, principally the quads. So here we have to go for something power for quads. Here I would for today choose, we said Rowan, hurdles, was it? Yeah. Hurdle jumps and then a sprint, okay? We don't have really much of length here, but I will still try to sprint. I will do this for 3 rounds with 1 minute break in between, and then have 2 nice minutes to go for something else. For the back, I will be using the sled power rows. Again, it's a powerful movement where I would be rowing the sled powerfully, okay? Both exercises are power. One is more for legs or lower body. The other one is more main movers, upper body, back in this case, okay? 1 minute break, I will hydrate a little bit and we'll be back. Thank you. All right, so why not to witness also the hydration? So we have here a beautiful machine, which we got from very friendly partners called F1 Recreation. They are working with a company called Aquivio. We are not working with them in terms of marketing, whatever. I'm not getting anything for saying this. It's just that we love this machine between the sets to hydrate. And so here we have a few programs. You have collagen for skin. We have lutein for vision, metabolism, L-carnitine, electrolytes. I would, of course, here go for BCA, branched-chain amino acids. Electrolytes are not bad since I sweated quite a bit. I love lychee. It's for free anyway. I'll go for normal and cool temperature. Usually hydration should start with BCAAs, should start before we start working out, just to provide amino acids. So when you start your workout, your blood is not empty from nutrients. Your last meal should not be, depending on what you had. If you had red meat, probably 3.5 hours before the workout. Chicken, I would say 2.5 hours, 2 hours, maybe possible. Something fish, light salad, chicken breast, something like this. Eventually, also 1 hour. If you had a protein shake, I would say not under 45 minutes. So the idea is just to basically finish the digestion and then go for the workout. You don't want to go with an empty, full stomach or half full or whatever, where the blood is going to the digestion to go do a leg day. So it's confusing for the brain. Yeah, so you would probably puke. Lychee is really good. Okay, now going for power. I think I had enough rest. Hurdles, 5 hurdles, sprint 3 times. That would be 1 round. The other exercise, as we said, is the sled power ups. Let's get started. Distance of about 60 centimeters, I would say, so something like the same width here works well. So I would do 3 plus 3 for the nervous system. Might be a little bit too demanding to do all 6 at once for the beginning. Okay, so I will be doing 3 plus 3, and that will be sprinting all the way to the wall, come back walking. Try to breathe through the nose, get the heartbeat slower in order to be ready as soon as possible. So for the people who are not doing plyometrics, one of the most important things to care about is when you land, of course. So you should not avoid hard landing, like this, where the whole body absorbs the landing. Should be going soft, which means here and here. Okay, use this joint, this joint, this joint to absorb. That's the first thing. Second thing is when you jump in, so don't go in with the knees. If you go in, that's an indication of your vastus medialis oblique being weak. So here, you're proposed using the arms. Here, when I land with knees out. Okay, it goes so fast you will not see it properly. Just think and see. Okay, it's not like this. All right. All right, first round, I go easy, not 100%. Again, using the nose. All right, go to the last one. I think I failed to do 3 plus 3. The nervous system is somehow able to manage 6 at once, so I would reduce a little bit the distance and go just for 6 in a row. of 3 circuits of lower body power, the hurdles. Now we're going for upper body power. So for the first part we did back. Now power will also be body part specific, will be rowing with power. So for, let's say, beginners who have maybe a rowing machine, so we have here water rowing, people who have let's say above 50s, not training age, let's say 0 to 1 years, then I would go potentially for water rower or air rower because they are easier. Okay, go for maybe 10 seconds on about 90% of the speed, like sprint, and then maybe 1 minute to allow their heartbeats to go down. With elderly, I would definitely monitor heartbeats. Okay, should not go again if above something like 120. Also, one tip to, if you are trainers coaching someone, to monitor the heartbeats, especially again for people above 50, 45, 50, 55, to not exceed 220 minus the age. So if someone is 50, so you have to deduct basically 50 out of the 70 out of the 220, so 150 would be the max heart rate. Okay, they should not be exceeding when they do this stuff. If they need longer, give them more a longer break. Okay, I think I'm good for the power rows. I'll just take the rope and okay. With power, even if the friend who asked about the range to be smaller, we will still be using actually stronger forces within the minimal strength rep range, as now, for example, 5 rep max on the pendulum. Why? Because it's an explosive power. You recruit way more muscle fibers. Hence, here I would not go for the working weight. I would do maybe 3 reps, just like kind of a warm up for the nervous system and also for the main movers. Relatively light. Go back. Okay. I would go potentially for 10 to 10. So we'll be going up to the end. That should be around 7 to 8 repetitions. Okay, here, squat down, arm are straight. Okay, so don't stand like this, otherwise you will not have really much of amplitude or length or range. Here, squat down, lean a little bit backward, not like straight like this, a little bit of leaning backward, so you are pre-tension. But here, so that's it. Set up. Last one. That's one round, 1 minute break, and then we go again. Again, the main focus now in the breaks is to get the heartbeats down. The faster we get the heartbeats down, this time is a performance parameter. Imagine an athlete who will take 3 minutes to come out of the sprint. It makes him unable to get the next move for 3 minutes. Not a good performance. Why do we care about this? Are we athletes? No. But in a gym, we get strong and powerful, and power, it transfers to life. Whether you have a meeting, whether you have a sprint, whether you have something to carry, whether you have a decision to make, strength and power are your friends, and VO2 max. Okay, I think I'm ready for the next set. 1, 2. 3 more. Okay, as a rule of thumb, maybe also important, the force or the weight we use for strength should be higher than for power. Usually for power, we go for 8 reps, roughly 6 to 8 reps. Longer than that, using maximum performance will deplete the ATP, will not be able to do the lifts properly, will just risk injuries. So I would say for the power movements, which I'm using just specific range of motion. Here, for example, the really active, it's here. Here I'm not really, I'm just following up. So that's the main powerful range, okay? So for power, since the speed is way higher than as we were doing the machine row, we have to go slightly lower with weight. I would say something like not more than 80%, that would be way too high. I would say 70, 60% of the max weight we did for example, a movement with same movement pattern here, the machine row for 12. Okay, so if we just compare there, how much of weight did we have? We had 20, 15, 10, and 10, 45. With the machine, 55. Machine is also a little bit heavy, I would say around maybe almost 10 kg. So let's say 60 kg, 65. So here the sled is itself is about 25 kg. I added 20, so 25, 45 kg. Yeah, slightly less, let's say. Okay, let's go for the last round. Go for 3 more. Okay. 1 minute break, and then we go again for the hurdles. With high break we did. Any questions, Guy? Please write them down. Things you liked, things you found boring, things you want us to cover. We have a space here which is relatively good equipped. We can video film for you probably anything. Yeah. And if we don't have the equipment, we still would have most probably an opinion. Yeah, so please ask your questions, comments, critiques. We take everything as positive to make us grow. Okay, what are one of the major limiting factors for fat loss? Our primary goal, if you remember the typical client, fat loss. One of the major reasons for people to plateau, I'm not talking about discipline, I'm not talking about sleep, I'm not talking about the hormonal profile, I'm not talking about efficiency and training, nutrition plan, all of this, assuming all of this is perfect. One thing almost the majority miss is toxicity. We are living in a very toxic environment. Toxins are stored in the fat cells. When we do a workout like this, we mobilize fatty acids. The fatty acids, when they come out of the subcutaneous fatty acids, coming out of the fat cells, they entrain with them toxins. Toxins like to be stored within fats, or fat cells, sorry, except of heavy metals in the brain, unfortunately. So when we work out like this, we can assume the toxicity goes up. toxicity, so we have to have a holistic approach. So first of all, minimization of influx of new toxins coming in. Secondly, providing the nutrients, providing the fibers, liquid and solid fibers, vitamins, etc., to allow the liver to finish all the detox reactions. And then one very, very neglected, really $1 million tip is infrared therapy. Not Finnish sauna, rather infrared therapy, which is 8 times more efficient in terms of detoxification than the Finnish sauna. Finnish sauna, the Finnish sauna, you're dead. If there are Finns here, they will confirm. I was in Finland myself, lived for 3 years. So after this, it's nice. You can jump in a garden with 1 meter of snow. It's beautiful, but then you are dead for the day. So here we have expats or executives, coming in, training morning time, and then they would do the infrared therapy, jump into the ice bath, and go for the office and have an amazing day. Okay, the infrared therapy, again, is 8 times more efficient in terms of detox process than the Finnish sauna, first of all. Secondly, it energizes you, and it will help detoxify through getting rid of the toxins out of the skin. So we mobilize them during the workout, we detoxify them, get rid of them from the skin right after the workout with infrared therapy. Okay, just a tip for you and your clients. All right, I think I'm ready for the next round. Landed a little bit asymmetric, so therefore the acceleration was low, just taking care of the ankle. Okay, one tip from study I read from Braverman, the subsequent breathing. So when we breathe, you open, let's say 45% of the air sacs within the bronchs. Double breathing on a second one, a little bit more aggressive, will make sure you open more, you get more gas exchange. Why all of this? To get the heartbeats faster. So here. Usually only one time you see the heartbeat go really lower, and then you can go for the next set, probably faster. All right, it was a good round. I felt like better and slightly faster on the sprints as well. So 1 minute break, and then we go for the power rows again. Any questions, any comments, please don't be shy. How many people are there? People are getting back maybe to working. What are your goals, guys? What do you do usually when you train? Are you training for fat loss? Are you training to build muscle mass? Are you training to recover from an injury? Are you training to increase performance in a certain sports, let's say MMA or basketball or racket sport, any? So, or just for fun? Do you have a goal when you train? And what are your rep ranges you are using? Would it be great if you give me some feedback? What's your goal? What are the rep ranges you are using? I will answer to you and give you maybe a few tips how you can load properly, how to use the rep ranges. So Poliquin was great with the Einstein of strength and conditioning, my late mentor, Charles Poliquin, you can Google him. He was the Einstein of strength and conditioning, especially in terms of structure of the workouts. He came up with something called strength qualities. So, and then depending on the rep ranges, we have different qualities in terms of training. So it's not, should not be mixing everything. So if you talk to your body with different kind of reps, intensities and so on and so forth, it can be done, but it needs to be done carefully. All right, ready for the last hurdle? No, we did 3, right? Yeah, so going for the power rows. Four done, I will go for 4 more. All right, 2 to go in a power rows. Okay, if you are interested roughly to know how the next session could be, we'll not be able to do the same session again and again and again, so we vary, of course. So actually the next session is always legs and upper body. The next session, so far I remember, is focusing on posterior chain. So we will be doing Romanian deadlifts as A1. A2 is reverse hypers. The beast, what we call the beast, maybe you show it, Roman. That's the reverse hypers. Basically, it's a hyperextension, but with fixed torso and moving legs. It's way more difficult to go through. Then we will be going for hamstring, isolating the hamstring on the laying leg curl or kneeling leg curl. That would be A1, A2, A3. For the chest exercise, upper body, I would go for maybe 15 degrees barbell bench press, again 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, and then for the incline bench press, keep it at 12, and then we go for rotational movement, which will be pec fly machine or also on cable fly rotational movement. Okay, that would be for the A's, for the posterior chain and the chest. On the last athletic power movements, we will be doing something also for posterior chain. Here I like the long jump. So the long jump, you start as kind of almost like a good morning exercise. You have an activation of the glutes, hamstring, lower back, and then you jump as long as possible. So this will activate more the posterior chain, okay, instead of the hurdle jump, vertical jump, which I've done just now. And instead of the power rows, you could go, for example, for a power push, also using a sled. If you don't have a sled, very easy, is a power push-up. So you go on the floor, or if your push-up is not strong enough, you could go on an incline, for example, on a bench, and then you just come up and clap once or twice or 3 times. You could do 3 times, you are very good in power. Okay, and then we'll alternate between the two. Okay, so on the power movement, we are using medicine balls, we are using treadmill, airdyne, water rower, hurdles, high hurdles, long jumps, sled, power push, power pull, all kinds of landmine, barbell landmine, power presses as well. So we will be using all kinds of power movements. Okay, again, to extend, first of all, the dense workout for better VO2 max, lactic acid production, growth of hormone production, and better fat loss, and conditioning VO2 max and overall. Okay, okay, ready for the third one. So again, here I'm doing 4 plus 4. Usually the power should be around 4 reps. 8 reps, sorry. So 2 very efficient 2 rounds. I still have 1 to go.
So he was asking for an exercise to do at home, please. It's gonna be coming soon.
Sorry, an exercise to
do at home, please. Yeah, we have a video coming soon, so
okay.
you can just check our channel and wait for it.
We have plenty of exercises. Maybe be a little bit more specific with your question. So what's your goal? How much of time do you have? What do you have at home? Do you have anything like dumbbells or bands or kettlebell or any implements? If you don't have anything, just let us know. And then we will write to you on your comment how I would work out with the implements given or no implements given, time, and go kind of specific 1 or 2 examples of a workout you can do. Okay?
Hi, Kevin. That's Kevin.
Kevin. Okay. Hi, Kevin. Thank you for the question. Okay, I think I'm good. Let's go on the last one. Slightly denser.
Yes, but it's not really like outside.
I'm not a specialized runner, for sure not. I used to run a little bit, but definitely not a specialized runner. Read about a little bit like 20 years ago. So I think it's important when you run to propulse with the hand. The hands are not like this, are not like this, are like this. Okay, if you see Carl Lewis or Ben Johnson or whoever, Usain Bolt, they have always their hands straight. Okay, the propulsion is cleaner, the movement is cleaner. Okay, and also when you lift, so you don't lift flat, the leg is not flat, it's 45 degrees up, so boom. Okay, propulsion, calves, boom. So 45 degrees up, and the performance parameter is how minimal is the time of the contact on the floor. If you contact foot on the floor, it's taking too long, you will be slow, as me. Okay, it will be like, okay, instead of, okay? So the contact on the floor should be minimal. Okay, I'm good for the next. And you see, hypertrophy workout, fat loss workout do not have to be boring. Okay, it can be a lot of fun. Acceleration, speed, jumping. I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe there is a lot of testosterone, there is a lot of feel-good hormones, you feel good about yourself. So hence it's really fun to go through it. Try it, you will see. But start easy. Okay, ready for the last? Any questions, guys?
As a stay-home mom, I don't have.
Okay, here would be good to know when was the birth. We have quite a few of clients who had, who was postpartum rehab. Would be good to know whether it's now 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 6 months. It will make a difference in terms of exercise choice and so on and so forth. Sincerely, for getting fit again, losing fat, and just starting like the first 3 months, you don't need anything of this stuff. You need your body, and that's it. So we have a great videos, 2 videos on our channel. We will send you the links under your request or comment. They are called, if I'm not mistaken, Beat COVID workouts. This is using just a tiny dumbbell. You would be able to use, for example, a water bottle or just your body weight for the beginning. However, because I don't know when the birth was, if you can move without pain, etc. So for example, postpartum, if too early postpartum, you may not be able to do squats, right? So until basically the womb is settled down properly. So I would advise not to do too strenuous squats and split squats and etc. etc. I would say after 4 months, 5 months, maybe once your medical doctor clears you for training, I would go for the full workout. It's a very, very nice workout. I designed it during COVID in 2020. It's a system using lower body, upper body. It's a whole body workout where you can do, for example, start per week like 3 sessions, and if you have more time, you can increase. I would start maybe doing just 2 sets of every superset of every compound, just 2 sets, then increase a little bit, 3, then 3, then 4, and you'll see your capacity, working capacity will increase. So that's really a very, very good workout for postpartum as well. Again, thank you for the question. All right, I think I'm ready to go for, is it the second or third?
Third.
So this is done, so now
Yeah.
let's start here again.
Yeah.
Going for 4 again. Done for today. Okay. I think as you have enjoyed the system, our new system, the hybrid, we have 65 different programs. With this one, will be 66 different programs. We have programs for hypertrophy, for fat loss, for strength, for rehab, for kids, for postpartum, for ladies only. So we have all kinds of programs. Please share with loved ones if you think it's of value. Very, very important. Leave your comment, what you did liked, what you didn't like. If you have your questions, we love this stuff. We care and we love to give value. So we don't have to monetize everything. We love to give and we love to take care. So take care. Thank you.